Welcome back to the channel. On today's episode, we're going to be doing a full paint correction and ceramic coating on this 1987 Buick Grand National. So you might remember seeing this car in the background of our last video. This one was kind of just waiting off to the side. It's now its turn to get cleaned up and ceramic coated. So customer purchased this car a few weeks back, gave me a call and said he wants to get a paint correction done and ceramic coating. So you can see the blue on the tire. So we just put new tires on it, did some suspension work, and now it's here to get shined up before he puts it away for the winter time. So let me take you around the car. There's some fine scratches that are here and there. It's not horrible, it's not killed, it's in really good shape. The car was, according to him, it was just repainted a few years ago. Now I was checking the paint out yesterday when he dropped it off, and outside in the sun, you really didn't notice this much. So it definitely looked better outside compared to under the lights inside the shop. But everything's really light. There's no like heavy scratches. This is basically just from washing and wiping down with, without the best towels. But it's just kind of scattered throughout the whole vehicle. So we'll move on, we'll get this thing washed, decon, get any tar or anything that's off the vehicle. It's really not that dirty, just kind of a layer of dust that's on the car, so we'll give it a good foam bath and cleaned up, dried, and then we'll do a couple test spots and see what's going to react best on the paint.
The blue coloring on these tires actually was a little difficult to get off. I wound up using some bleach and some lacquer thinner, mineral spirits, kind of go over them with a towel, and seemed to do the trick. Let us know in the comments below what you think about these Buick Grand Nationals. My dad has an 86. He's had it for quite a few years now, and everybody just gawks over it when we go to car shows, and I think they're pretty cool cars, man. I've always liked them, and they're just going up in value. So let us know what you think about them. Comment below.
Now that the car's been washed and dried, we can get a better look at the marring and light surface scratches that are in here. So this is the hood, and basically if I run this down over the fender, we can see that they're pretty much going to be everywhere. That is what we're working with. You see some swirl marks there, right there, a little bit right there, a little cloudiness. This is on the trunk lid. If you haven't noticed, there's a lot of plastic trim that runs around this entire car, especially you can see it right here on the door. So it runs all the way down the door, around the windows, the T-tops, front and back bumper. So the next thing that we need to check off our list is to tape off all of that trim, so that when we come back, when we're coming through with the polisher, we don't wind up hitting it with the polisher, damaging it, or just getting polish stuck on to the trim. It just makes life easier cleanup after we're done doing our paint correction, to just peel the tape off instead of trying to get all of the compound and polish out of the nooks and crannies.
There's a ton of trim on this car. I definitely went through an entire roll of blue painter's tape.
All right, so we went around and got all the trim fully protected with some painter's tape, and it's just good insurance to have it on there. That way you don't wind up, tearing something off or burning through plastic trim and then having to call the customer. And especially on a car like this, that'd be the last thing that I want to do. So we got it up in the air on some quick jacks. I don't use these things as much as I thought I was going to use them. I love them, but I don't know. I wish I used them more. I just, by the time I get cracking on a car, next thing you know, I'm laying on the floor and I'm polishing out the bottom of the doors, and I say to myself, oh, I should have brought the quick jacks out. But definitely remembered to bring them out this time. So we got the car up in the air, and we're pretty much wrapped up for today. I got things prepped and ready to go for tomorrow morning. So we'll be back on this first thing and do a test spot and figure out what we're going to have to do to get this paint looking beautiful again. All right, so we're gonna be starting day 2 on the Grand National. I'm just doing my commute to work. My house there behind me. I don't have a long commute. It's like 350 feet to my shop. But it's cold out here. We'll get the heat rolling. We'll get a test spot done, and then get rolling on this thing.
So on this car, my test spot took quite some time to try to figure out what kind of combination I was going to use to get the best results. And I was back and forth between the blue HDO pad I'm using here now and the Eurofiber pad. So the two of those I always get good results with, but the Eurofiber pad was kind of giving me a little more marring on the paint, which would have to take a little bit more time to knock down and finish out. So we went with this pad on a lower speed with the Rupes, and then continued for the second time around the car with Meguiar's 205 and a very fine polishing pad on the Rupes. Again, low speed, just moving along. This clear was super soft, and it didn't take much to put scratches in it, even with a towel, if you were too aggressive wiping the compound off. about 3 to 4 passes was knocking out majority of the scratches. I mean, like I said earlier, really wasn't anything too crazy deep in here that would need like extra compound or wet sanding or breaking out the rotary. But 3 to 4 passes, crosshatch pattern was definitely doing the trick. There were some areas, especially on the hood, where I had to spend a little more time on just working out some semi-deep scratches, but otherwise we're good to go.
Just finished up the first step of going around. We wound up doing a test spot. It took about 45 minutes to figure out what the best combo is going to be. So I wound up going with the 3D1 on a blue HDO pad like I normally do on a lot of my vehicles that I detail, and just some slow passes. I was able to knock out the light surface scratches that were in the vehicle. The hood seemed to be the worst. We knocked all that stuff out, and now I'm going to go back for the second round, the second trip around the car. We're going to do a very fine polishing pad with Meguiar's 205 finishing polish. It seems like the clear coat on this car is extremely soft. Like I mentioned earlier, it was repainted about 3-4 years ago, and it's so soft that I mean, even a towel would put light scratches in it if you were using kind of a heavier towel to wipe things off. So we're just being extremely careful, taking our time, moving around the car, and I'll get back to you after I make my final pass around there and kind of show you what the paint's going to look like, and then we'll get this thing prepped and ready for the ceramic coating.
It might take a ton of time to put this tape on all of the trim and the moldings and everything, but it's definitely worth it. Insurance, so you know that you're not going to burn through or leave any polish residue all over the plastic trim and then just not be able to get it off, and it looks horrible in the end. So it only takes a few minutes to remove it, but in the long run, it's definitely worth doing it.
right, so we're ready to start applying the ceramic coating. So this one is getting the 2-year Jade Ice ceramic coating. We already took all the tape off the car. We prepped it with McGuire's prep spray, and this thing's ready to go. So I'm gonna start laying it out on the hood. I'll do the roof and trunk lid, and then raise the car back up. It's a heck of a lot easier on my back, and work my way around the car, and then this thing will be ready to go.
I've been applying the Jade line of ceramic coatings for about 5 years now, and it's really my #1 coating. I haven't really used any other coatings besides the Jade line, the Jade Ice, which I'm putting on this car, the Jade Graphene. I've been using the Jade Quartz. Great results with all of them. Customers have been happy. I've applied these coatings to my own vehicles and have had phenomenal results. The shine, the protection, the water beating, hydrophobic aspect of it. Everything's been great. I've had customers come back and do multiple vehicles with the same coating. So I'm just going to keep using this one. I'm super used to doing it. It's easy to apply, and like I said, the results are awesome. I found the ideal conditions to applying ceramic coating, and I don't know if this is for all coatings, but especially for the Jade line that I've worked with and this one that I'm putting on this vehicle. Temperatures between like 60 and 75, low humidity are the absolute best conditions. You're able to work a larger area, it has a longer flash point, and then you're able to wipe it down and you're good to go. I've had some situations where the humidity has been really high inside the shop, and temperatures have been high, and it just flashes way too quick, and it's just really hard to work with. So these are the ideal conditions for the best results. Hey, let us know in the comments below what you think of how this car came out. I mean, we spent a ton of time on this thing. I think it looks awesome. Let us know down below.
All right, so we just got this thing back down on all fours. It is totally finished and it is looking awesome. I mean, the paint is super slick. It looked good after I got done polishing it, but it has an even better shine on it now after I put the coating on. So we're gonna let this sit overnight and hope for better weather. The next couple days looks like rain, so this thing might be camping out here for a little bit. But I'm totally happy with how it came out. I mean, it looked good when I brought it in and had those fine little scratches and stuff. We were able to work those out and give it the real shine that it should have. And I think the customer's gonna be real happy. So that's gonna wrap this up for today. Total, got about 13 hours into the entire car, the whole process. We started yesterday, finished it up today. So thanks for watching again, guys. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, comment down below. It's gonna help us out. We'll be coming out with future videos, and just stay tuned for some more. Thanks for watching.